a general alert, a photo alert, which I'm assuming, and you can actually go and broadcast live video to your friends and whoever is in your emergency contacts, or whoever you add to your emergency contacts. And from what I read, the video, as it's being broadcast live, can't be deleted, you know, or from the phone. Yours or theirs, I guess. I still have to explore. I meant to do all this before I went live here, but it's worth a shot. Um, and again, we have to realize that the degradation of society and of the world is what is bringing us to such a state that apps like this are being made for our protection. I mean, I'm scrolling through here and it says allergies. Well, as it happens, I am AB negative here, and I am allergic to penicillin and as I was told, a something called Keflex, which is a cousin of it. And you can enter contact name, emergency number, your email, your cell phone number. I mean, it's amazing, and it's for free. It's free. But anyway, what you got to do, you got to build a network, of close. I mean, because if you think there is not a time coming in this country in which a network, a very close, tight knit network, is not going to be needed, then hey, you know what? Who else may have thought that at one point? Well, there was a day when the Jewish population didn't think they had to worry. You know, am I comparing the United States to Nazi Germany? Absolutely, of course I am, because it can slip at any moment. Hell, this country's not run by the people you elect. Those people work for the corporations. This is corporate America. The mistake you make, we people get super patriotic over a large business. We do this country does business in other countries because of cheaper labor, because of cheaper EPA standards. Hell, in some of these countries there is no environmental protection agency. If you want to know, go look up Coca-Cola. Type in Coca-Cola EPA violations and look at the countries they've polluted. Look at what they're doing in other countries. And the only reason they don't do it here is because there's a law. But what is the law? When all you have to do is pay somebody to let them forget it. Hell, it was even Volkswagen programmed their cars to pass emissions testing, and then when the computers are detached from the car, the car knows to go back into the gas hog that it was being. I don't know what the difference was in emissions, and they get fined for it. They get in trouble for it. So the government literally says, okay, well, you broke a law, but if you give us all this money, we'll let it go. And that's exactly what they do. But if you think this can't turn, it's smart. I mean, I live in the country momentarily. There will be a time soon when I am not in the country. And yes, I said that very carefully. That's the problem with going live sometimes. I just speak. But it sure would be nice to know that just one of my Facebook friends would mention that they listen. It seems like so many people want to be enlightened, as long as it only takes a second and the length of time it takes to click like and share, and if you're lucky, a comment. People need to slow down, take time, get to know who lives next to you. You need to know if they're good or bad. You need to know if they're going if crap hits the fan. You need to know if they're going to be your first nightmare, or are they going to be your best friend? Because I'm not an idiot either. I have contacts all over the country, and we're all working on the same thing. And hopefully and luckily, if we are, you'll never need it. You'll never need such a level of commitment and loyalty. But isn't it great to know that it's there? So I would check out this app. I'm going to share this app on Facebook. And of course, you can see that if you go looking for the Socratic method, which, I was working on a different version of the page, and it's Facebook, something slash Diogenes Bane. I didn't realize. But anyway, you'll find the Socratic method. And go there, look, like, listen, and because the more you listen, the more you know. But anyway, do not become a statistic whether you're 75 or 25. Because a fall. I mean, some of these stories here. There were some young ones. There's a guy around the Bowling Green, Kentucky area, and one day he was complaining about his stomach. And the next thing you know, family are over at the apartment complex seeing if you heard from him. They go in, they find this kid dead. There was a guy that said his legs were sore. Now, the autopsy is still pending on this, and I believe eventually they're going to find out that the West Nile virus is a little more rampant than they're willing to, and surprise, than they're willing to admit at the time. Would not be surprised if you really want to trip. Go Google. Go check out a site called AboveTopSecret.com and check out about how I don't know, 4, 5, 6 years ago, there was a conspiracy theory about genetically modified mosquitoes. And then, bam, here we are. Everybody freaks out about chemtrails, but I've gotten reports from Standing Rock and a friend of mine, who says they are spraying an unknown substance on the protesters, on 7,000 people. And what do you want to bet? This is to weaken the immune system. What do you want to bet? Think that wouldn't happen? I've told my dad about this, and he's like, the government wouldn't do that to its own people. Yet, there are declassified documents of these planes spraying stuff on populations. And then monitoring, the influx of flu or pneumonia. You think you think they're not going to use you to find out how they can kill a country? Hell, look at Bayer. They just bought Monsanto. So a world-leading pharmaceutical industry company buys a world-known poison company, GMOs. You want to see what Monsanto does? They're spraying their food in as it's growing, and the people spraying the food are wearing, like chemo suits. What the hell are they giving us? Why did the government just say it's okay that labels do not have to tell you if something is genetically modified? They don't want you to know. Well, what's in there that they want you to have? You got to remember, pharmaceutical industry makes money. They literally count their profits on you being sick. You got to open your eyes. And as you open yours, you need to talk to your friends and family. Some of them are going to look at you like you're a nut, and so what? But if you can put a spin on this for a different reason, hell, use crime. Crime's never going away. Crime is the best friend of the police department. Think of these 3 words: war on drugs. Yeah, how's that going? Of course there's a war on drugs. As long as there are drugs and crime, these cops get paid. Why do you think so? This is supposed to be the freest country in the world. That's we were told. But you know it isn't. Just wake up, go back, read, reread, investigate, ask questions, question everything, and then become the very change you want to see in the world. I'm not making a dime on this. I love to talk. Ask my wife, ask my friends who call me for a 5 minute conversation, and 2 hours later, we're talking about the difference between, Gouda and cheddar. I yap and yap. I love to talk, but I will not waste breath on saying anything that isn't true, anything that does not have foundation in truth. I can't. It is against the way. Consider that Hitler was so fascinated with what the United States was doing to the Native Americans that this inspired him. Even in his own book, he states that he was inspired by the United States genocide of the indigenous people. We inspired Hitler. And you guys are pissed off because one football player decides not to stand for the national anthem. I'm sorry, but in that man's eyes, he realizes that this country has never respected or represented anybody except whites. And if you go to my, page, and you'll go to my Facebook page too, and you'll find out I am white, but I do not agree with the white way. I'm not a domestic terrorist by any means, but I do believe what this country needs, what this world needs, is a flashbang situation that sends us back to the quote, Dark Ages. I will never deny that. I know I could survive. Could you? The only way you're going to survive, it, it, you know, eh, it's going to be pointless to worry about mowing your yard or washing your new car, worry about your big flat screen. What's all that going to get you when there's no power, electricity, when money has no value? Build a network. Right now, the cell phones are on. Right now, everything's fine. You get a flat, blip, blip, blip on your phone. If you're lucky, somebody might come and help you. At least give you a ride to somewhere safe. Churches could use this. Oh, they could so use this. Any organization could use this to stay in contact with other members. Those who know me closely know I have issues with religion as a whole. I don't trust anything written by the hand of man, no matter how many times you translate it. But anyway, focus, build a network. Those who arrive survive. And the thing is, I pretty much can project what will happen here. Everything I say will just fall to the wayside. As long as I'm dropping $20 a month to Spreaker, doesn't matter if this file gets shared, downloaded, seen, liked, shared, or just shared, any of that. Doesn't matter. But somebody would go back and they're going to say he knew something. I seek absolutely nothing but your time to listen. Anyway, so it's about, I've been going here for about 45 minutes, and I'm just going to call this one. And yeah, one of my friends, hidden in this